Hello everyone and welcome to the Kiki London YouTube channel. My name's Amanda and in today's video I have a very exciting new launch to share with you all, as today Kiki London launched their new Snowflake top coat, which is absolutely perfect for the winter season and the current freezing cold weather that we have had. So here you can see this size bottle is a 15 milliliter bottle and it is very similar to all of the top coats that you know and love, as in it has all of your directions and ingredients on the back. As always, the Kiki London products are UV and LED curable and they are all soak off as well. So let's take a closer look at the top coat itself. As you can see, it's a crystal clear gel top coat, and embedded in that top coat are these beautiful soft fluffy white snowflake particles. It is absolutely beautiful and I think it's going to look so adorable in winter nails. If you are familiar with the Kiki London eggshell top coat, it's kind of similar to that but in a white version, and the particles look a little bit more softer. So as always, when we have new products, I'm going to swatch them in my Kiki London swatch file. This does come with the tip stand and tips. If you would like to see a closer look at this, I will leave the dedicated video linked in the description box below. And then I have chosen 4 shades for us to begin with to swatch this over the top of. So we have charcoal grey because I did want to include a darker shade. We have frozen blue because I wanted to see what it would look like over a glitter. And then I know nudes are quite popular at the moment, so I reached for Pamper Me. And then again, it's a snowflake top coat, so we had to try it over a blue, so I went for blue navy. So over the top of our swatch tips, I'm going to come straight in and apply my first coat of all 4 of these colours, and then we're going to pop that first coat in to cure for 30 seconds before we come in and apply our second coat. Now when it comes to application of the top coat, you are going to apply it using the same steps that you would normally do when you are doing a gel polish manicure. So first of all, you would do all of your natural nail and cuticle prep, then come in and apply your primer, base coat, your 2 coats of your chosen gel polish shade, and then you would come in with that snowflake top coat in place of your normal top coat that you would use. So we've done our first coat of those 4 shades, so we're quickly going to fly through and apply the second coat. Now of course you can pop this top coat over any colour of your choice. One of the wonderful things about nail art is there are no limitations, so just because it's a snowflake top coat does not mean that you can't apply it over a bright pink. Personally, I think it would look quite cute over a bright pink, but I stuck with a wintry vibe. Further along in the video, we are also going to look at how to make this matte, because this does cure with a glossy top coat, a glossy finish, sorry. But if you're like myself and like a matte finish, I will show you guys what it looks like with the matte top coat. And we are also going to look at how to make it look a little bit more intense on longer nails as well, in case you are used to doing more longer nail designs compared to what we have on the tips here. But first of all, here are our 4 shades swatched. We're going to pop these in for their second and final cure and then jump in to testing out that beautiful snowflake top coat. Now when it comes to applying any of the nail art top coats that have these embedded particles in them, I like to begin by giving the bottle a little roll between my hands. You want to roll rather than shake, because shaking your bottle can put air bubbles into the gel. So just give it a roll, and this helps distribute those particles that are in the gel top coat around, especially if the bottle's been sitting on your shelf and hasn't been used in a while. You might find that some of them may settle. Then when it comes to applying your snowflake top coat, it applies very similar to your regular top coat, as in you want to coat the entire nail in a thin, even layer. However, because it has got those particles in there, you want to kind of use a floating technique rather than a brushing technique. So I take a small amount on my brush and I'm just manipulating the product that's in the bottle, the neck of the bottle, so that I've got a generous amount on one side, and then I wipe off the other side clean, and then I just gently float this down the nail, focusing first of all on covering the entire nail. Because it's a top coat, we do need to make sure that we're sealing in our gel polish shade to eliminate any chipping issues and make sure that the manicure is going to last for a good couple of weeks. But then you're wanting to float it on so that you're not going to be pulling off too many of the snowflake particles. Now it does have a really nice soft subtle effect to it, which I really love because it makes it quite versatile. If you want to come in and add more snowflake particles, you can, and I will show you guys how I do that. But first of all, we're just floating that layer over the top of the nail to seal in our gel polish shade and create that snowflake effect. And I think it looks really pretty. I absolutely loved how it looked over all 4 of these shades, even over the frozen blue. Although obviously that's got a glitter base, so it's quite textured, you could still see those snowflakey particles. I absolutely loved it over the blue navy here. It just really pops against that blue base. So like I said, we're just gently floating this on, and then this is what it looks like when you have applied it. Now it is a fairly thin consistency gel, which is great because we don't want to be adding any bulk to the nail. And also because it's a thinner consistency, it does self-level as well. So if at first it looks a little bit uneven when you're applying it, just wait a few seconds or hold the nail upside down and it will self-level before popping it into cure. Now before popping your nails into cure, if you're not 100% happy where your particles or your snowflake particles are laying, you can take your stripe liner brush and gently move them around. If you find that maybe you've got a few overlapping, or if you've got more in one area of the nail and less in another, and you just want to move them around so that you're happy with the placement, I would highly recommend doing this with either the stripe liner brush or the detail brush. Now again, because the gel that the particles are set in is a nice thin consistency, when you move them around, if you give the nail a few seconds, it will self-level again. So this is what it looked like. I was really happy at this point where the snowflakes were distributed. So we're going to pop this in to cure for 60 seconds. And that is effectively the nails done. So you've top coated and added nail art in one. And how beautiful do these look for the winter season? I absolutely loved them. I just took the tips off of the tip stand and popped them on to one of the panels that go in the swatch file. And you can see them a little bit closer here. I actually love these 4 shades together. I think they could really work well in a winter nail art design. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the new top coat. So as I mentioned, I wanted to see what this would look like matte as well, because it does it does cure glossy. So I've popped 2 coats of stone blue over the top of a swatch stick, and then I'm going to come in with the snowflake top coat. So exactly the same as what we did on the previous 4 nails. I'm just coming in, floating on a thin layer of this, covering the entire nail. I'm just going to nudge those pieces around with my bottle brush and then pop this in to cure for 60 seconds. And then basically what we are going to do is come over the top of the snowflake top coat with the Kiki London No Wipe matte top coat. Now I know it's a big debate in the whole matte versus glossy world. I personally absolutely love both, but I wanted to just have a look at what this would look like matte. So I'm just going to take a thin coat of the matte top coat, pop this over the entire nail and pop that in to cure for 30 seconds. And I have to say, I do absolutely love how this would look matte as well. So that's what I meant by it being very versatile. If you don't want to keep it glossy, just come in over the top and apply your matte top coat. On to the next nail, I have done 2 coats of Mystic Noir. I wanted to see what this would look like over this black base. Now one of the things I noticed when I was applying the top coat over stone blue is you still only need a small amount of gel when you are top coating longer nails. So you may find that when you top coat the entire nail on a long nail, you might not get as many of those snowflake pieces on the nail as what you want. So what I would recommend doing is, rather than coming in with more top coat and adding more of the clear gel that you don't necessarily need, is pop a little bit of that snowflake top coat down onto a palette, and whilst your layer of top coat is still wet, just pick up a few more of those snowflake particles using your stripe liner brush and just add them here and there on the nail where you might have a few emptier patches where you're working on a longer nail. This way you get a more intense look with the snowflake effect, and you're covering more of the nail without adding unnecessary amounts of the clear gel top coat. This is also exactly how I would apply them if I was wanting to work with them in a nail art way. So for example, if you wasn't wanting to cover the entire nail, if you was wanting to have a gradient effect or maybe coming over a certain area of the nail like a French, I would work with it this way. So I popped that in to cure for 30 seconds, and that is the finished result there. And then I just wanted to show you guys, compared to just the one coat over the stone blue, how it looks by adding a few more on with your stripe liner brush. So again, it makes it a very versatile product depending on the look that you are wanting to create. Now, the Kiki London Snowflake Top Coat is currently up on sale on the Kiki London website, which is always linked in the description box below, and it is also up at pre-sale price at the moment as well, so you can grab it with a little bit of discount. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, let me know your thoughts on the new top coat, and if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscription button. I hope you all have a wonderful day, lots of love, take care, bye bye.